Alright, we're back. Second series of the day. TZP taking on Nice, Kkkk. I believe I said 4Ks. I'm trying not to provide free advertising for a bunch of racists, but god damn it if these heroes don't make it hard. Anyway, managed to pick up a co-caster here. Green, for the first time, was supposed to be on earlier, but I so callously did not remember / was like, oh crap, we don't have enough space, so... Guess what? We're gonna bring in a bunch of Swedes instead. Anyway, he's here now. Yay. How you doing?
Yeah, I'm doing pretty good.
Not bad. I'm slowly completing my Frog No Hippo collection. I've had Romney, I've had Art. He's no longer in the team, of course, but oh well. I've had Orbeater. So, missing a couple, but I'll get there. One day, god damn it, I will get there.
One day.
Anyway, apparently this game was remade, because either that or that was the most impressive drafting phase I've ever seen in my entire life.
Yep.
And
Those, there were some spectacular bands as well, if it was not a remake.
Yeah. I don't know, man. You don't think that Chipper, Rally, Blacksmith, Rampage, Alonia, and Jerizaiah are worthy of bands?
Well, you know, when you need your certain lineup, those heroes could give you trouble.
Artillery, one of the first 4 bands from Ganal and TZP side.
Mm-hmm.
Come on, dude. Powerful hero. We see it all the time.
Mm-hmm.
Well, regardless of whatever trolling they may or may not have done, we just skipped straight through 3 pauses, so that's the point where you're like, yeah, this is a series maybe I'd rather replay cast, because I could imagine we'd be sitting here for half an hour if it wasn't for that, and...
Looks like they're unpaused with them still DC,
though. So,
interesting.
Alright. I mean, I don't know if they have any more pauses. Well, Legion voted bod twice, and Hellborn only once, so yeah, they should have more pauses, but...
Yeah. This is a good thing Legion's not sweeping top.
Yep. But we're absolutely going to run right into bubbles here. And in the meantime, I guess we should probably talk about the drafting, or the lineups at least that they picked. Not necessarily the drafting phase, but immediate counterward, actually. Well done. So, Bubbles going to have a bit of an issue, but he will be in the top lane as the Suicide, and the Wood's going to be Tempest, Revenant, Silhouette, and Gauntlet. So likely going to looking at a support Revenant here in this lineup. We're inside going to go with Dark Lady as their carry, on top of Ophelia, Rhapsody, Keeper of the Forest, and Kraken. And certainly things got a lot quieter. No? You still here?
Yeah, there was a train going by, so I figured I would mute myself.
Ah, makes sense. Well, we needed a 3rd caster, so I don't know, train could have been fun.
Yeah.
I suspect it would repeat similar things, though, over and over and over again, just loud honking noises.
Yeah. It's a little thematic, too, you know, train.
Anyway, you see anything particularly interesting about either of these lineups? They both look pretty solid to me. Nothing really out of the ordinary.
Well, this Hellborn lineup is pretty push-heavy.
Yep.
I'm not sure Legion has the tools to deal with that.
Well, they've got something. They got Bubbles, which has some pretty decent anti-push, and the Mortification from Revenant will help a little bit, but I agree. I mean, it's going to be really difficult to stop the snowball once it starts.
Right, I mean, you really only got that shell, which makes Bubbles vulnerable. And if Revenant actually has levels for Mortification to be working by the time they're pushing, you know, otherwise it's going to be tough.
Speaking of Bubbles, he needs to use his Shell Surf, like, now. Okay. Playing that really, really close. Trying to trade as many autos with Rhapsody as he can, but Rhapsody still has one more Tango and a health bot. So she can play this game all day. And in the meantime, TDL is going to free-farm this top lane, so I'd expect Bubbles to have some issues here as Rhapsody takes a health pot and will go right back to trying to just continuously annoy the hell out of him. And in middle lane, meantime, we've got Revenant with Gauntlet, which is kind of a terrible lane. Like, what's that gonna do?
Revenant Gauntlet?
Yeah.
Some next level invis hook from behind?
I guess so. But they got Kraken who's just gonna leave.
Yeah. If it wasn't Kraken, it could be dirty.
It's true, I guess. I don't know who they would have imagined it could possibly have been, other than Kraken. But
yeah. I mean, I don't know the order they drafted either, so
that's true.
Maybe Kraken was their last pick.
Which is fair. I mean, I just feel like, then why are you sending Revenant middle? Like, send him bot, screw with the Keeper. Because...
Perhaps.
Like,
Silhouette's gonna do plenty fine though.
yeah, I mean, she definitely won't have any problems, but Keeper's going to get levels. And if you want to stop the snowball, a really good way to do that would be to prevent Keeper from being able to get a lot of tree dogs up. Instead,
Is that better than preventing Kraken's portal key so quick?
I think so. I don't think they're going to be portal key reliant. Like,
I don't know.
I don't know.
I think they're gonna need that portal key to really lay down the push train, you know.
I think it's going to help, but they're going to basically be like, look, we're going to kill all your towers. If you want to try to stop us, you're going to have to initiate onto us. And sure, it'd be nice to have a portal key on Kraken because it's better than not having one, but I don't think this is really a situation where they
they have virtually zero, you know, gotcha grab potential with that.
That's true. Unless you want to use TDL's charging strikes, which seems like it would be a bad idea.
Yeah, would not advise that.
But they will definitely shut down this Kraken, at least somewhat. Kraken is generally a pretty strong 2v1 laner, but he's not going to get too much farm in this situation. Ooh, Hook not going to connect. In the meantime, Cat Lamaine did rotate a little bit from the top lane, so feeling heavily pressured up there, and doesn't really want to hang out against this Rhapsody anymore. Instead, it's going to camp this top rune, and we'll spawn in about 10 seconds. Meanwhile, looks like Kraken can't really do anything. Revenant headed to the bot. So, good rune control here from the Legion team. And it will be top.
Rhapsody was just given time to go stack now, so it's going to be even harder for Bubbles.
Now he won't be able to get lane control, but he does have a haste rune. And going to be difficult to bring down as a result. Rhapsody once again just going to start pounding in the autos. That lane ward actually feels like it's doing a lot.
Yeah.
And Bubbles not feeling like he's in too much danger thanks to that haste, but still taking a lot of auto tech damage. Anyway, I haven't talked about Tempest too much in the woods, but sorry.
Yeah, I was just gonna say, just look at the GPMs between Gauntlet and Kraken right now. Kraken's down all the way to 162, and Tree is at 115.
Yeah.
So they've now shut down both of these lanes with like all money by laning it this way.
Right. And Ophelia, for that matter, also not farming very well. Only 194 gold per minute, and she was not contested at all. She had no camps blocked, and she hasn't been ganked once. Now, new Ophelia is not the farmer that she once was, but she's a better farmer than this.
She's farming with a Skeleton King right now, isn't that not good?
Seems like it's not very helpful. She'll probably look to take over this Vagabond at the very least. Yeah,
maybe she just had really bad camps till now, I guess.
Well, there was a Vulture Lord there that she probably could have taken over instead of destroying it, but...
True. And there's a Catman chilling at the other hard camp, so don't know.
Vagabond Leader Nuke isn't bad, but it's not the most efficient farming mechanism. And we'll see. She can pick it up. Tempest, meanwhile, is a 280 gold per minute. Actually, Kraken is going to be in some trouble here, and he's got the ultimate put right on top of his face. There's the Infernal Instability, and the hook back, unable to get out of this. And Young Moist will fall in the middle lane as he really reacted very, very late to that the Tempest, who basically just walked up to him and ulted him. It's kind of odd. He has charge, because duh.
Yep.
And yet, apparently didn't see fit to use it. Keeper minions S2ing themselves over the cliff. So, experience no real advantage for either side, but yeah, the Legion definitely taking a pretty substantial gold lead here with Tempest massively out farming the Ophelia, and them winning middle lane pretty damn hard. Most of Hellborn's eggs seem to be in this Dark Lady basket, as well as the push strat, which is going to start going in the top lane. Ophelia only level 5, but Keeper is here along with Rhapsody, who's level 2.
Right. So they got the levels on 3, but, you know, Rhapsody's at 2.
Yeah.
And don't have any gold, so it's going to be tough. But these towers are going to help the gold, I guess.
Yeah. I'm more actually concerned about the levels. They're going to be able to get some gold back from the tower kills, but this Rhapsody, especially if they start to group up like this, which I would imagine is their plan, she's not going to start to level very quickly.
Middle lane, going down. Hard of.
Well, actually does die, Infernal Instability going to finish him off, so. Nice dive from Bubbles, who's only level 3 himself. Meantime, though, Rhapsody and Co are pushing top. Looks like we'll see a tier 2 tower. They're not interested in defending this at all.
Oh, they're gonna take bot T1 silhouette. Oh, they're gonna get TP'd actually. They already glyphed us, so it's down.
The Hellborn have destroyed a Legion tower.
So that'll be an easy tower kill, but TDL actually gonna jump on top of the silhouette, who's gonna drop a fair bit. We'll be able to just run away. I don't know. They've got a golden experience lead, which is pretty substantial. I feel like they could have fought that tier 2 instead of letting it fall. It's not the most valuable one because it's their top tier 2. It's just probably the least valuable tower in the game.
Yeah, agreed. I think they'll start defending now. I think, and even just letting those fall, now that means Dark Lady is in bottom lane against Silhouette. Like, it's not where she wants to be.
But it does mean it is free gold. And it's going to get Ophelia, Keeper, Rhapsody, even Kraken a little bit more into this game. And I would imagine that you want to try to prevent that as much as possible.
Yep.
But 8.5 minutes in, relatively passive so far. 2-0 hero kill advantage for the Legion team. And we should be seeing a portal key up on Gauntlet relatively quickly. He's got 400 gold per minute. And still probably not far away from her Nullstone either. Looks like Hellborn have sort of decided to group up middle. As Rhapsody and Ophelia are in here, keeping the forces farming Ancients. Gauntlet could be in some trouble. He's going to charge into the cliff, but over the cliff. And he's going to be able to get away thanks to S2. Middle lane. Here comes the tower push. Keeper of the Forest rotating from the Ancients. And my 4 heroes should be pretty easy mid tier 2 or tier 1. Mortification. So we're going to start seeing whether or not they can do anything about this. Mortification, going to slow down these creeps a little bit. Kind of surprised. There goes the Infernal Instability. Oh. Almost didn't punch anything. Okay, here's the glyph though. Tempest coming in from the side. And there's a Gauntlet Blast. Look for the Tempest. Ult on to 3. You're not going to be cancelled. Actually, this Kraken walks back into it, and that's going to be a real bad time. Hat trick for Count Crapula, and the last kill given up by Gauntlets. They do lose the tower, but yeah.
They did not prepare for the invisible Tempest.
They did not. Chris_12 from the door. Yeah.
I also think I might be ahead of you now somehow.
It's possible. The draft load sometimes can take longer for me, but I'm gonna hit 10 minutes, 59, 10 minutes, 10:01, 10:02, 10:03, 10:04.
Yeah, like 3 seconds ahead of you.
Yeah, that happens to some people, especially because I'm running a bunch of crap in the background to be able to do this, so that the post-draft load sometimes takes a little bit longer for me than for other people.
Yeah. I'm just gonna pause for 3 seconds.
Sure. 10, 25, 26, 27.
Yeah.
Alright, sounds good.
Got it.
So, Hellborn get the tower in mid, but I'm gonna go out on a limb and say that's not the engagement they were looking for, really.
Yeah, honestly, with this push lineup getting this far behind at 10 minutes, I'd almost just call this over right now.
Yeah, I mean, TZP definitely building themselves quite a lead. 520 gold per minute on the Silhouette, and 440 on Gauntlet. And Gauntlet's a snowball hero. I mean, give this hero a bunch of really good early farm, and it's going to start just destroying things. You look at the Rhapsody, 700 health. Ophelia, 834 health. Dark Lady, 900 health. Kraken, 900 health. And no vestments on anyone. That's all well within Gauntlet's burst damage range.
Yeah, no one can afford investments. They don't have any money.
That's definitely true. Although they need to pick them up. I mean, it's a pretty heavy magical damage team, the Legion team. And Silhouette will be able to look to pick off Rhapsody. Not going to happen, actually. She's getting pretty far low. A Keeper of the Forest ultimate can be stopped as she splits up, so forced to use her ultimate as the tower dive there. A little bit too aggressive, perhaps. Well, what's Nice's plan at this point, then? They're pretty far behind. I don't think they feel particularly comfortable pushing into the Legion side anymore because of the gold differential. And they can't do much else.
They don't, like I was saying with the no Kraken portal key, there's just no gank potential, there's no pickup potential. I guess they can try to do the Invis Tempest with the Keeper Invis instead, but it's gonna be tough.
Yeah. I mean, with if their push potential, I think, was there, if they had a lead and they were able to push people in, then I don't think the portal key would matter all that much, like I said. But at this point, it definitely does, because they need a recovery mechanism somehow. And TDL going to push the top lane, but won't get more than 13 damage on the tier 3. Meanwhile, Gauntlet will kill Kraken. Some help from Revenant. And now they have to be terrified of this Gauntlet, who has a portal key. Rhapsody, gonna be right. And Gauntlet and still gonna push down the tier 2 tower and bot.
Yep, so the push team is about to be outpushed.
Yep.
Or they'll be even after this tower.
Yeah. If they get it. Glyph used their not really at a great time.
Yeah.
And that's
They're gonna group
now.
up, and Legion's just gonna be gone. Now we've got the nice little train and bot. Only one hero farming.
Yeah. Kraken looks like will join them, as he is level 6 and has his ultimate.
Yeah.
So Keeper the Forest Root will be up in a couple of seconds, and
Will Legion defend?
I sincerely hope so.
They got hold, they got plenty
Everything.
of items. Tablet picked up on Tempest.
No Gauntlet Blast for 10 seconds, but this is a full health tower down here, and one that they should be interested in keeping alive.
Yep. Tempest just ported.
Wow, that thing is dying quickly.
Yeah.
The
Oh,
well,
Hellborn
it's
has
dead.
destroyed a
Interesting.
Legion tower.
They didn't really defend so much
Yeah, what
as
they're gonna
not
fight.
defend. Yeah, it looks like
There
Bubbles
goes
is
the
looking for
Bubbles.
something. 3-man kelp field in the background, but no real follow-up top of it. Tempest looking for something, actually will catch all of them. But again, no real damage there. Kraken ultimate gonna catch 3 heroes actually as they sort of walk into it. And it looks like actually Eaton Curry gonna die as it gets killed by Keeper of the Forest. Still nobody dead. Ophelia looks like she's gonna be the last casualty. No! Keeper of the Forest are gonna help lock down Gauntlet as he's gonna die. In the background, TDL now getting chased down by Silhouette. Death Focus will finish her off, so it's gonna be 1-for-1 so far. Invis Revenant here, perhaps looking to get something on Keeper of the Forest, who is out of mana. Glacial Blast are gonna be there, yes. And he's gonna be in some trouble. Rhapsody trying to save him. That's not gonna happen. They do kill the Revenant, but down goes Keeper of the Forest, and now Rhapsody gonna have to try to port out. Is he gonna be able to get nope. Tablet Man will cancel that, and now Count Crapula picks up a hat trick. So, got a quad kill earlier and has now completed a hat trick. So he's going to look for the cycle. Needs a double tap and annihilation.
Yeah, that was going surprisingly well for Hellborn until it was not.
Yeah. It took a really long time for anybody to die in that team fight.
Right. Well, there was just not much whole follow-up.
Yeah.
And then Ophelia and Rhapsody heals. But then, you know, Dark Lady seemed to overextend and just get picked off by Silhouette autos. And then everybody else fell, because what are they going to do without Dark Lady?
I'm not sure what they can do even with Dark Lady.
Yeah.
And she's got Cleave, which is nice, but 930 health. It's not like she's really hitting all that hard right now. No Abyssal Skull. So
But
she's...
yeah, like Gauntlet was the first one to die.
Right.
So if they could even have had just pulled back after that, they could have, you know, come out slightly on top, I guess.
That would have been pretty substantially on top. They took the tower and get a Gauntlet kill and lose nothing. That would have been great.
Yeah.
But, nope.
Nope, indeed.
And again, Silhouette now up to 544 gold per minute, so continuing to farm very, very well and not really being opposed by anybody on the Hellborn side. I do have to note, Dark Lady is a ridiculous farmer. Like, now that she's got her cleave,
Cleaver, yeah.
and it's not even a slow cleave, she's got a pretty decently quick cleave here. If they can get her to do what she can do, which is 750 gold per minute, then that could be a problem. The issue is, they're going to need like half an hour.
Yeah, and even then, you've got
Right.
a Silhouette with so much through Shrunken, like, disable support.
Right.
You got the Gauntlet Blast, the Tempest Hole, you know. Their team's just gonna taper off too much. Like, I don't think Hellborn, unless they get some really perfect team fights here,
Yeah.
I don't think they have much chance.
The Legion
Yeah, I mean, that's the other problem, is it is just going to be Dark Lady. And then you look at the farm on the rest of the Hellborn side, 250 GPM
Right.
for Ophelia.
They're all 200 DPM.
Is the second highest, and everybody else is awful. So, if they get a bunch of really good R buttons, then they can do a lot. They have a lot of powerful ultimates. The problem is if they miss any of them or don't use any of them at like the perfect time, then TDL's basically gonna get wrecked because it's gonna be essentially a 1v5 or so.
Yeah, and this Kongor is gonna cost them 2 towers.
Kongor
Of it.
has been
Yep.
slain.
So they do kill the Kong. They get a TDL token.
Oh, looks like there's somebody's porting.
I feel like that's a situation even when TDL probably shouldn't have been there. Like, she can't really waste that much time killing Kongor. She needs to go form some camps.
The
Maybe
Legion
feel
had
safe in her own
destroyed a
woods.
Hellborn tower.
So we're
Yeah.
gonna push down the bottom tower. And being the annoying as hell split pusher that she can, just ports out to the illusion. And at this point, we're even on towers. And you could even consider the Hellborn team ahead, considering that they've got more damage on that tier 2 and top than the Legion team ahead. They have more damage on the tier 2 and top than the Hellborn have on either of the remaining outer towers for Legion.
Mm-hmm.
Which I have to assume was not the game plan.
Yeah.
So I can pick up a Geo's Vein here on top of her Nullstone and Portal Key combination. So we'll be dishing out plenty of damage. She's somewhat squishy, but again, with the follow-up from her team, it's not really that big a deal. She needs to be a source of damage at this point. Speaking of her in the bottom lane, going out with TDL.
I mean, the lockdown on Hellborn, though, is, you know, Tree Root, which you get out with Geos, and then the Kraken, wherever that is, and one Staccato.
Right.
That's about it.
So Kraken can be avoided with Tree Grapple. Keeper Ultimate can be avoided with either her... Yeah, there's that. And then Keeper either the ult or the Jumper's Bane. Perhaps the Invis hanging out. 30 seconds, looking to open on the Silhouette, who's actually going to be able to port out to Rose, and she would be fine and lock down the Illusion. Bubbles, for some reason, thought it was a good idea to run in there, and actually he's not going to get punished for that.
Yeah, so he just blew Root. They don't have anything to do to him.
Right. They could put the O-Fault, or their perhaps the Ultimate. What's he going to do then, huh? What's he going to do?
He'll just be, you know, singing along,
Yeah.
immobilized.
He can auto-attack all he wants, but it's not going to do anything. Oh, sorry, did you mean that he wanted to maybe lock down the Bubbles and kill him? No. Are you kidding me? Can't do that. So, you know, as badly as Bubbles suffered earlier on, considering how well Brapsy boxed him out, he's 260 GPM, so Tower's no doubt helping with that, but he's recovered fairly well.
I mean, 0 deaths and 8 assists doesn't hurt either.
Not bad at all. And he'll have Portal Key up in a couple of minutes. That'll help as well. Tier 2 being pressured by the Legion side. And Silhouette doesn't even care, just standing on the dance floor going, come at me, bro.
Well, they blew Root.
Yeah.
What is it gonna do?
Cover of Darkness going in the background, but the Legion side are going to initiate, actually. Kraken taking a whole bunch of damage. Gauntlet going to be in some trouble. Gets silenced out. But there's the Keep Kelfield actually onto a couple of heroes. Reveal goes down, so they're going to be able to see Keeper. Now Tempest is sort of in the front lines, and he can't really be there, but in the end, only a couple of ultimates used. Nobody dies. Tower goes down.
Yeah. Tempo's scared of Skeleton Kings.
Yeah. It's kind of funny. I mean, Legion are fighting right there where they're fighting into Cover of Darkness and a token on the TDL, and they were the ones getting aggressive.
Uh-huh.
That's kind of where this game's at right now.
When your push lineup is getting T2 towered up, it's not good. At 20 minutes.
And, I mean, 2 hero kills in 20 minutes for the Hellborn team.
Yeah.
I don't know. Seems not helpful.
Yeah, and not on the Silhouette either.
Well, Kraken has Portal Key. That'll help. Shockingly enough. Bubbles has one too, though, I would imagine, as he's going back to base and he has no gold, so I'm going to guess he's got his PK. Keeper of the Forest will have his and 400 gold, so that'll at the very least give them some initiation presence with the Kraken and the Keeper. But Legion have plenty of counter initiation and initiation of their own, so it's not like I mean, that's going to get them closer to being on par. It's not going to give them any sort of advantage.
It's interesting that Legion's wards are so far out that while they were like stealing, getting their ancients stolen and stuff, they couldn't see anything because
Yeah.
the wards are so aggressive.
TDL going to be in some trouble. Actually, just looking to finish on this tower, at least they're Kraken right onto Tempest. He'll get push booked out, and the root doesn't hit him as a result, and they will lock down Kraken. Actually, the Rhapsody ultimate to save him. Kelpfield going to stop it. Not enough damage, though. Still nobody dead, and nobody's dying in any of these team fights. It's kind of insane. TDL jumping back in, will be able to finish off Revenant, but they finally finish off Kraken. Looks like they're going to be able to kill Dark Lady, and Rhapsody trying to get away. She'll be just fine. Bubbles now in some trouble, has take cover available. Going to need to be able to use it to use the portal key on out Shell Surf through, actually, and he's going to use that as an escape mechanism instead. And his PK keeps getting canceled, but that's not going to be enough. Eventually, he does manage to make it out, so they decide to lose only the Revenant, but they do lose a tier 2 tower. They manage to take down Kraken and Dark Lady, though, so probably the two most valuable heroes in the Hellborn side at this point. And
Yeah, that Tempest hold though.
yep. Well, he got Kraken, and then Rhapsody's like, guess what, buddy?
Yeah.
I don't care.
Solo guy who is invulnerable. That's unfortunate. But
Well-
they managed to lose only Revenant, so whatever, I guess.
Rhapsody did all after Tempest started the hole, but still,
Right.
it's yeah, not a great situation. I think Tempest basically just threw that down. She was like, well, I might as well. I'm not going to get a better position than this. I might as well just try to do something.
Perhaps.
And they killed the Kraken in the end, so
Yeah.
it was definitely useful at the very least. Perhaps not ideal. But, I mean, that wasn't that bad a fight for Hellborn, really. Like, they lost a couple of core heroes, but they also killed one, and they took a tower. I don't think it's really what they're looking for, but...
Yeah. Did Token just expire? Or did she
must
die?
have. Yeah, I don't think she died before the token.
Yeah,
I'll
must
have
have
to
just
play.
expired. Well, meanwhile, Legion is taking it right back to
Yep, Kraken actually to charge Silhouette right into the tower. We'll see if they have anything to counter this. Now Silhouette is in a lot of trouble. And just,
Wow.
okay. Her team's like, screw you.
Yeah.
Tempest's going to PK or Portleon out. He is going to be able to get out of here. And then Tempest all
didn't
goes
even-
off onto Revenant.
She's died during Dark Lady Silence?
Yeah, so she couldn't save herself, but there was no attempt from Gauntlet to even hook her back. Nothing.
Kraken was body
used at all.
blocking.
Is that the real Syl? Did she buy back? And is she gonna die? No, that's a fake. I was like
Still.
looking at her going, what? No buyback is, that's fine. Well, that's the other thing is Dark Lady's often cited as a Silhouette counter because of the Dark Blades prevent her from swapping out or using Tree Grapple.
Yeah, we got Geos though, right?
Right, so you can take the silence right now. And she's got 582 gold per minute, which is more than 100, almost 100 GPM more than this TDL. Even after the death.
Mm-hmm.
Which
That
means-
was a huge kill for
Yeah.
Hellboy. Yeah.
and it stopped the push for that matter. Which
Mm.
continues to be funny that they're the ones that are getting aggressed. I mean, look at this team and you're like, wow.
Ophelia grabbing a staff. So
Yeah, she has a
40 gold.
glowstone. I would assume that's what it is.
Yeah.
Give her a 30-second cooldown, so means they'll be able to push more often, I guess.
Yeah. It's gonna get that right now.
I feel like they could have used something more valuable than a staff on Oath.
What would you got? What would you have gotten on Ophelia?
Probably something to save and or help TDL, Storm Spirit perhaps.
Yeah,
I guess you can't use that when she's shrunken, so...
would be nice also to see a bulwark into a, you know,
Yeah.
AC latest eventually on somebody over there.
Actually, what you could have done was gotten the Abyssal Skull on Oath, and then TDL means she can save 2,000 gold with that and item slot, which is pretty valuable.
Yeah. Do you think it's safe enough though to have it not on her?
Yeah, I mean, if she gets caught out by herself, she's dead, even with it. And I think this idea the Hellborn team should still be push. They still need to be grouped up together because that's what they're best at, so...
Perhaps. Just helps her even though just farm and such.
That's
too.
true. It does. And she only has 1300 health, so she could encounter some problems living against camps. Yeah. I don't know. I'm not that big of a fan of a staff on Oaf. I can't imagine that is the best item for her. Man, maybe it is Storm Spirit, maybe it's Push Book, maybe it's Bulwark. It would just surprise me.
Yeah, I don't know. It's she's just with Astro and Steph. She's just she's healing, but where's where's the lockdown and damage gonna come from?
Right. Mid lane Gauntlet could be in some trouble. Has an eye, and it'd be valuable actually if they got this back, because they do have a Revenant on their team. Release Recruit gonna get put on Gauntlet, but again, he's got a Shrunken Head, so we'll take the Superior Magic Stun. We'll take the Astrolabe from Tempest, and now he wants something back. Chasing down this Rhapsody, looking for the Gauntlet Blast, but there's a haste reaction get picked up by Kraken. Rhapsody's like, oh, damn you. And Kelpfield, meantime, actually charge into the trees, and he'll Portal Key on out. Takes Kelpfield stun, though, as a result of that. Now he's going to pop the haste rune, and he will be able to run away. Off to the side here, actually, Silhouette dead. I totally missed that.
I don't know what she was thinking.
Not good things.
Yeah. Also, did they really need Gauntlet Blast on Rhapsody?
Probably not.
No.
It's a, what, 60-second cooldown?
Yeah, but I don't know. They
70-second
could
cooldown?
have took off Kraken's haste with it, or
That's true. Purge be nice.
and there goes Condor.
Yep. Should be yet another token onto this TDL. Tempest is running over like he wants to do something, but I don't know what he thinks that's going to be. They're going to jump on top of him, no huge surprise, and now he's going to perhaps look for an ultimate. Pops a Shrunken Head, and the Skeleton Kings are here, though. Going to catch two of them. The Skeleton King will cancel it, though. Meanwhile, finally, Ophelia is already dead. They also managed to pick off the Keep of their Forest. There goes Mex on the Revenant, and now Shrunken Heads are getting popped by Legion side. Pushback over the ledge means Tempest will be just fine. In the background, Bubbles is trying to get away. Token of Life already killed on TDL. There goes Rhapsody. TDL will be next on the list, but she runs right into Tempest. There goes a Glacial Blast. Looks like Tempest is going to fall. He's still alive somehow, and a quad kill from Count Crapula. One more, he gets the Annihilation. Got to give it to him. Nope. Catlomain with the BM, and Legion side cleaned up. Takes 6 hero kills, considering a token got used. And they're going to be turning this into a mid-tier 2 tower push. And
Tier 3.
Tier 3. One of them numbers. Look, I'm not good with numbers, okay?
Yeah. So Kraken brought back,
And
which is interesting.
yeah, I mean, he still got released the Kraken. He never used it. He's just not gonna be able to get anything done with this.
Right. But he needs his teammates who he
Right.
was going to spawn with anyway.
And well, he'll stun Gauntlet into the barracks. Actually, they will kill him, but now Kraken's gonna pay for it. Actually, no, he won't. Rhapsody doing a lot to save his butt. Tempest in the background is going to be in some trouble. Kraken barely going to survive. Now Bubbles also in danger. They're trying to kill this Keeper of the Forest. Gets the lockdown, but nobody's there to follow it up. Bubbles will be able to get the Portal Key on out. They manage to kill Tempest. Meanwhile, Kraken eventually does fall, and is a fake silhouette, and that's going to be able to run away. So they don't get the Rex. They do get the tower, and they force one buyback at a Kraken and then kill him again. Here comes Silhouette back in, actually on the Keeper of the Forest. He's going to be the Invis. He will be able to get it off. And now Nelson gets taken off, but again, Silhouette just ports right on out of there. And she will be fine. Will she come back in?
Yeah.
No.
I was gonna say, I would have liked to see her man up more when it was just the Rhapsody with no staccato and Ophelia with no creeps. Like, even though she was at, a third life or whatever, what were they gonna do?
Cry,
Yeah.
pretty much.
And she just came back to man up on the tree. But
What, are you not afraid of Ophelia and Rhapsody auto attacks? Dude, Rhapsody has like 86 damage a hit. That's crazy. Pre-mitigation.
only some of the times,
That's true. That is the high end. I gave her as much credit as I possibly could. And that didn't work out that much. Ophelia can do over 100 most of the time. 100 damage. If I had $100, I'd be so happy right now.
50% armor reduction.
Well, look, it's not fair. It's not Ophelia's fault. She can just do damage. She's not responsible for other people actually having armor.
They successfully defended their axe.
How many more times can they do that?
Yeah. Well, delaying the inevitable, I believe.
I don't know. I keep waiting for them to come back in this game, just because, like, new TZP is definitely better than they used to be. But old TZP wasn't that good a team, and I feel like with this team, with Masera and Fine and now, should be better than it is. I don't know who Dark Green and Brown are. I have not heard those names before, but like the roots of this team are solid. Get it? Because they have Keeper. Oh, did that bound eye not see the ward? Okay, good, it did. I was gonna say, I popped it right next to the ward.
Yeah.
Oh well. So I keep expecting them to come back and win, and then they kind of don't. It's odd.
Yeah. Their laning phase was just too subpar.
Right.
So Ophelia and Rhapsody had to do more.
And jump from Kraken onto the silhouette, but she's just gonna pop her Geosbane, and Kraken's like, I don't want any part of that.
Why would you Geos? Dispel the Kraken stun because you're on an invisible wall?
I mean,
Oh,
you can't
seems
dispel
like
a
a
stun
default.
by popping Geos, but
Alright, I meant there was like nothing to really dispel. I guess
Yeah.
maybe she was warranted, but
Just-
I assume they got null stoned.
just panic Geos, I guess.
Yeah, I guess.
Figuring that maybe the Cure the Forest ultimate was coming in, just smash the Geos button. See what happens. Well, she doesn't really pay for it, so
Well, yeah,
Looks
they're not pushing. I assume that's
Yeah.
part of the reason why.
I don't really need to, though, I don't think. I mean, they have... I mean, Solace farm continues to increase. Looks like Tempest is getting back up there. Bubbles, it keeps going up to 300 GPM. Gauntlet's fallen off a little bit, but he was probably at unsustainable heights anyway. And, I mean, they continue to have pretty solid map dominance.
How do you feel about the Frostfield plate on Tempest coming out?
Weird. I'd rather have a portal key.
Right? Or even a Nullstone or a Shrunk or a Refresher?
Yep. I mean, I get why people don't go portal key like first item on Tempest, but even against lineups that can cancel you, having a PK is not a bad thing. In this situation, for example, it could be very helpful. Even if you don't initiate with your ultimate, you can jump on people and drop Glacial Blasts. Like, it's a good spell. Anyway, Kraken gonna charge Silhouette forward here. That is the real one, I believe. Yeah, and it's gonna tree grapple on. But man, Kraken almost taking some better damage. Rhapsody again with the ultimate, saving his butt. Not gonna be enough though. She's forced to cancel it. Kraken ultimate not really doing all that much. As the Gauntlet Shrunken Head will wear off. And fortification going down. Looks like they'll be able to slow this melee Rex push once again.
Blue second buyback.
Yep. And gonna get the counter onto Revenant. Has the bound eye. Gonna need to invis himself, but getting locked down pretty heavily, and he's gonna take the fall. So Mex can give the bound eye up to Ophelia. No, did they kill it? They brought another one on Ophelia. They must have killed that one. Or maybe he did. I didn't notice. He must have. Somebody killed it.
Oh, that rack's still hanging on.
Yeah. I gotta give him credit, you know. Nicer. They're doing everything they can, pretty much, to stay in this game. Because they're not getting further ahead. They're mostly just falling further behind.
Oh, I don't know. I mean, if you look at the GPM, remember everyone behind Dark Lady used to be about 200.
Right.
Now there's up to 3, and 2 of them are above 200 instead of the 180s. Kraken fell from 450 down to 360.
Right. But at the same time, Legion's farm is going up, and the Hellborn's push is going to get less and less impressive as this game goes on, because we're going to have more ways to just sit up and deal with it.
I mean, just, unless massive throws from Legion.
Right.
They're just not going to come
Like
back.
this, like Silhouette being up in the front lines, and perhaps getting silenced and destroyed. Gonna have to TP on out of this. Nope, that was a fake. She had already done that. What am I even talking about? God damn it, this hero. I was like, what is she doing? She's just gonna die. Why isn't she porting? Apparently already had. Damn you, Silhouette. Increasingly frustrating. Yes.
How about this Abyssal Skull on Bubbles?
Yeah, that's definitely an item that he has.
Why?
My guess is that Abyssal Skull is just generally a good item. I mean, it's plus 15% damage. It's not too much heal or...
12%. It's been there.
Is it 12%?
Mm-hmm.
I keep saying 15%. Oh well, 12%, whatever.
Yeah. Your only lifesteal, though, is Gauntlet in your whole team.
Yeah. I don't think that people really get it for that, but so looking at silenced out, we'll pop her Geometer's Bane and pour it out. So take away the Dark Blades and try to kill me now, bitch. Pour back in, kill them all. Nope. So in the top lane, TDL going for her once again. Dark Blades are not going to connect though, and she has a portal piece, so she'll be just fine. We'll TP on out of there. What was I going to say? Oh, this is a loser bracket, so I would presume that's why they're playing it like they are, uber cautiously and also not CCing, because they're like, hey, look, we lose a series here and we're out, so I prefer not to just concede a game that we haven't lost, even if we probably have lost it. Tempest in the middle lane. Every force pop is shrunken, but he might not get out of this. Nope.
With things like this, maybe they haven't lost.
That was an interesting play. By interesting, I mean really bad, and I'm trying to be nice about it, but let's call a spade a spade. That was a terrible decision.
Yep.
He thought he could solo kill an Ophelia past the river, and he had essentially no vision of the Hellborn Woods. So what? Dee Dee? Victory.
Who needs Tempest when you can just do that?
Yep. And Tempest actually bought back. Silhouette bought back at 1.2. I missed that. So, I guess feeling like they didn't want to allow the push, let's just use the buyback and force him to back off. Kongor is back up. So, potentially a token and a bananas, as that would be the third Kongor kill. We're mostly moving as a group, nearly 600 GPM now for this TDL, and Count Crapula hasn't actually increased his farm too much in the last several minutes. He's been hovering around that 640 GPM mark, which...
He's been 640 for a long time.
Yeah. It's still good. I don't think you can complain too much if your carry's farming 640 gold per minute.
Yeah. I mean, at least that hasn't gone down.
And he's probably working on a wing bow at this point, but wants to save for his last buyback. Which makes sense. Middle lane, meanwhile, keep the force reaction going to Silhouette. We'll use the Geometer's Bane in the background. Lose Kraken right on Tempest's face, unable to do anything else. Silhouette now could be in some trouble. Gauntlet blast onto TDL, and they know if they can burst her down, they're screwed. But Rhapsody ultimate once again, saving so much damage, and it's not going to be canceled. In the meantime, TDL finally trying to do something. Is again getting low. They will kill him, unable to kill the Gauntlet. Count Crapula now perhaps in some trouble. Gets the tree grapple off. Is going to die as Kraken able to finish her off. Tempest coming back in with his second buyback. Will be able to kill the Kraken as well as the Keeper. Yep. Now all of a sudden here comes TDL with her second buyback. Count Crapula has also, her first buyback. Count Crapula on the Silhouette has also bought out. And the ultimate from Tempest going to lock down the TDL, but not going to be able to do too much damage. The follow-up just isn't there. Bubbles out of mana in the background. Getting slowed down by the Ophelia, trying to chase her and down, but here comes Syl. And TDL going at it with Syl in a man fight. TDL realizing pretty quickly not a great position to be in. Rhapsody coming back. Perhaps not a great position for her to be in. Ophelia's going to die. And if Bubbles had any mana portal key, yep. Looks like Rhapsody will be in some trouble. Couple auto attacks. That's going to finish her off. Genocide complete for the Legion team. There are buybacks available on everybody except for Kraken. But this is going to be at least a mid-ranked. Maybe not. They're going to go straight bot. TDL with the second buyback. They need to be wary of this because here comes Keeper and Rhapsody again, Cover of Darkness going down. And Silhouette is in some trouble unless they can kill this. TDL, keep the force route, not up for 40 seconds. I don't think they're going to lock people down. Silhouette going to pour it out to the illusion. She will be just fine. And TDL once again getting locked down. Won't be able to take away Bubbles as he gets the portal key on out. Tempest now could be in some trouble, but it looks like they will be able to get the damage. And Dark Lady, nope, able to get out of there. Astrolabe is in. Bubbles trying to push Book away, but she's still going to die. And Silhouette has already left thanks to the illusion. So in the end, buyback city for both teams. Only 3 buybacks available on the Hellborn side, and Legion side are out of buyouts on both Tempest and Silhouette. So.
That was a mess.
I am out of breath.
Here goes Congo.
Yeah. As TDL has no buyback, but neither does Silhouette, and a token would be pretty huge.
Yeah.
Legion want to contest this, but they can't. It's
So
already dead.
I'll spot it up,
Has
but
been
too
slain.
late.
She's gone. So.
There's a lot of buybacks.
Yeah. I mean, are Hellborn ahead at this point? They're not, but they're definitely right back in it. Like, if they can kill the Silhouette, which is a lot easier with a token on TDL, then I wouldn't feel good.
Still just picked up her wing bow though.
Yeah. That's gonna
TDL
help.
dropped me on both those buybacks.
Silhouette Illusion being killed by 5 heroes from the Hellborn team.
Okay, hit
And they're
it.
still not gonna kill it. Staccato is finally gonna help finish it off. Alright, well. Oh, Bubbles also used a buyback, actually. Probably unnecessarily. Trying to stop that Kongor is what it was. So. Still has double damage? Yeah. She's pretty much maxed out as well, unless she wants to rebuy her Shrunken, which is still at 9 seconds, so it's not like it's that big a deal. Does she drop Nullstone? I feel like she shouldn't want to, but she might, just because of
Drop it for what?
damage, I guess. I mean, it's going to put her at a kind of a dangerously low health, and she's much more susceptible to getting jumped. But it would give her a lot more damage in these team fights, and it would mean that it's a good Tempest ultimate is game. Now a good Tempest ultimate might be game anyway. Suppose she could make post haste. That's probably a good idea. TDL has done that. Her own half. I mean, she got 4,000 gold saved up. Top lane. Is that the real Silhouette? No. Oh god, it is. Uh-oh. She's fooled me so many times, I just assumed it wasn't real, but,
How do you let that happen
I
at this
don't
point?
know.
I don't know, you pretty much have like one job while they have token.
Right.
Something
And
like
they're gonna push down middle. Sill's not back for another 60 seconds.
Yeah, and what do they have without that?
They have nothing. They can't
There's a
defend this. They
Hellfire
have to
and Gauntlet,
counter push
no?
bot, which is what they're doing. So this is the right call, absolutely. The problem is they're not going to be able to do this as quickly as the Legion side can kill mid. But, I mean, this actually might not be the worst thing in the world. I think they're going to lose mid-racks. Port back on Kraken. So it's going to be actually Ophelia, Rhapsody, and Keeper. Okay, TDL is coming in. Looks like she was porting. No, she's going to TP on back. So they're going to try to do something here, and the Shrunken Heads are getting popped. Actually, this is fantastic for Legion. They're going to be able to eat this Sill death and get away without really losing anything. As Gauntlet's going to portal key out, and it looks like he'll be fine. Bubbles is trying to get away here, has the Shell Surf, going to throw it out and take cover. We'll get over the cliff and then portal key away. So they don't even lose a tier 3 tower. They don't get a lot of damage on the tier 3 tower because Hellborn were so worried about losing those bot racks. So that was a pretty fantastic play.
Yeah,
Oh.
I mean, I wonder what happened if they didn't TP.
Right. Bubbles could be in some trouble. Gets slowed down by the Ophelia, but actually portal keys while the attack is in the air. And Gatlam
Could
will be just
Hellbor
fine.
have pushed down 2 sets of racks before Sill was out?
Yes. I think so. With Keeper, Rhapsody, and Ophelia?
Yeah, that's what I'm
I
thinking.
think so. I think they
So if
could
they
have.
could have just got 2 and sacked their bottom, you know,
Yeah.
evened it up 2-2
Right.
instead.
Well, they're going to push bottom in, so looks like they're going to try to counter this tier 3 tower, and TDL doing a lot of damage.
I'm trying to bait that token.
Okay, that was an interesting hook from Gauntlet. Not sure what they were looking for.
The Hellborn have destroyed
Dark
a
Lady
Legion tower.
is getting pretty low. Has 53 seconds left on the token, so they do have to do something about this. Didn't even use Glyph. Wow. Still on. And there goes the Kelpfield onto a couple. Will Bubbles be able to get out of this? Yes, he will. Kelpfield actually not doing all that much, as the Rhapsody Dance Floor is there. They just, come on, kill the Dark Lady. Get her, she's, okay, it's gonna use a token, but yes, thank you. Meantime, Kraken to look for the charge. Tempest has the ultimate onto a couple, gonna be canceled immediately by the Keeper Forest Root. And in the background, Rhapsody with another fantastic ultimate that's not gonna be stopped. Silhouette has to focus her now. Meantime, Revenant's already down. Release the Kraken is catching a bunch of heroes. Gauntlet trying to get away. I think he's still dead. Yep, he is. Meantime, they managed to pick off that Rhapsody. Finally, here comes Silhouette trying to kill this TDL who no longer has a token, and now she's going to be dead. That's a bit of a problem because she has no buyback, and they're able to finish off Ophelia as well. Looks like these racks are not going through. Keeper of the Forest has an eye on him, but there's an eye on the Legion side as well. Bubbles has got one, and that's going to be a dead Keeper. So they're going to save their bot racks. They're going to kill the TDL who cannot buy back. Kraken is the only one alive on the Hellborn side, and they can't screw this up, right?
I mean, still should have just picked up TP boots and went over and shrined.
She has 3,900 gold, no buyback, and no post haste.
Yeah, why aren't they shrining right now?
I said that like 10 minutes ago. Like, why doesn't she just buy post haste?
There she goes. She had it delivered.
Alright. So, okay, she'll TP in. I guess. She needs to find a safe creep to TP to. Oh, she'll go top. Alright. Well, Gauntlet and Bubbles are taking melee racks bottom, so I guess that's fine. And they're just gonna look for mega creeps and presume that that's the end of the game. They still have 25 seconds on the TDL Resurrection. No buyback on Ophelia either. Keeper of the Forest does a buy up, but no root for 40 seconds, so he's mostly useless. And looks like CC's not gonna get called, which is... That's fair, I think. This is going to be mega creeps, and there's nothing that Hellborn can do about this at this point. So, well, Yellow Train on the Gauntlet dies for no real reason. He does not have a buyback. And they're not conceding. I don't know why, but they're not conceding. Bananas on Kraken were never used that fight. Curious.
Yeah.
Well, where's the road back there, Green?
Where's the what?
Where's the road back for this the Hellborn side? Because I can't see it.
There's none.
Well, they may be something. They must be seeing something that we're not. Because
I mean, they're trying to blitz for the shrine right now.
Yeah.
But I guess there's no Tempest Hole and Gauntlet's dead. But
I think that the obstacles they have to overcome are more substantial than that. They're going to get the jump onto the Bubbles, actually. He's going to die pretty quickly, it looks like. Gets the Kelpfield now, but he's got a buyback. There goes Revenant as well. In the background, Keeper of the Forest Root actually gets nothing. And in the meantime, Silhouette's just killing the Shrine because there's nothing to oppose him. And there goes the second Tier 4 tower. Legion's Hellborn are actually trying to make this into a base race. And I don't think they're going to win it, as the Legion are providing a little bit too much counter push. The Pressure Stone on Keeper of the Forest will lock the people down. And the Rhapsody will be able to save people, but Shrine's dead, so.
Legion wins.
Well, I mean,
if it wasn't for if Silhouette didn't think to go back there, maybe they had a chance. But then she would have just been killing them.
Yeah, to be fair, considering how bad the laning phase was for Nice, they stuck into that game for a pretty damn long time. But in the end, TZP does take it 1-0. But you have final thoughts on that game there?
I mean, Legion just couldn't close. They just, Silhouette letting herself get picked off, and yeah, I mean, they couldn't finish it off. They gave Hellborn a window to come back, and thankfully the window wasn't too big, but yeah.
Yeah, they definitely had their opportunities, I think, they sort of had their opportunities on Hellborn, but could not capitalize. Well, that'll do it for Game 1, and we'll be back shortly and throw it to Game 2, so stick around.